نحمده ونصلي ونسلم على رسوله الكريم أما بعد. عن سعيد بن المسيب عن أبي هريرة رضي الله عنه قال رسول الله صلى الله عليه وسلم يكون في آخر الزمان أمراء ظلمة ووزراء فسقة وقضاء خونة وفقهاء كذبة فمن أدرك منكم ذلك الزمان فلا يكونن لهم جابيا ولا عريفا ولا شرطيا. وقال في حديث آخر عليه الصلاة والسلام بادروا بالأعمال خصال 6: إمارة السفهاء وكثرة الشرط وقطيعة الرحم وبيع الحكم واستخفافا بالدم ونشو يتخذون القرآن مزاميرا يقدمون الرجل ليس بأفقههم ولا أعلمهم ما يقدمونه إلا ليغنيهم. These are first we make dua for every single one of us. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala save us from all kind of calamity and the trials and fitan, and also make dua for every countries which you hear and also you watch. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and give them ease and also give them afiyat in their life. We are in the time, Maulana Rum, he's the Persian poets, he said, and do not give your sword to the crazy man. Because if you give the sword to the crazy guy, what he will do? He cannot control. So, and this he said a long time. And also, there is the Turkish proverb, and they used to say in the old time, that when comedian move into palace, he doesn't become a king. The place is become circus. They used to give in the past. They used to say if the comedian moved to the palace, he cannot be a king because he's comedian. And he cannot be a king, and the palace is become a circus. And this example and this proverb is show the reality. That's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, وَلَا تُؤْتُوا السُّفَهَاءَ أَمْوَالَكُمْ. Wealth is something is very important for your life. Allah, He called money in Quran qiyaman. Same thing Allah, He said, كَعْبَةُ اللَّهِ قِيَامًا لِلنَّاسِ. And وَلَا تُؤْتُوا السُّفَهَاءَ أَمْوَالَكُمُ الَّتِي جَعَلَ اللَّهُ لَكُمْ قِيَامًا. Qiyam is, the wealth is something you can establish your life. So Allah, He says, He just gives one of the important thing Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala He has chosen in the Quran. You can implement it anywhere. Do not give your money to foolish people. Because it's something you establish your life. If you give to someone he doesn't know how to spend, what he's do? He's going to kill your money. So imagine not only the money, you can implement anywhere. Do not give leadership to the one who's Safi. Ahmaq, because he doesn't know how to do what to act, how to act. So imagine Allah said about the wealth, the same way you can say about the leadership. وَلَا تُؤْتُوا السُّفَهَاءَ أَمْوَالَكُمْ or وَلَا تُؤْتُوا السُّفَهَاءَ إِمَارَتَكُمْ. And that's why, but the problem is we are in the time which the Prophet ﷺ already spoke, and he gave the sign, and there's so many things. And before I have, and one of the important things especially is your mouth. Especially the leader when they don't know how to speak. There is also one of the wise person says, it's better to keep your mouth closed and let people think you are a fool than to open it and remove all the doubt. One of the wise person said, I will repeat again. It is better to keep your mouth closed. If you keep your mouth closed, then people they think, they have still doubt, this person is foolish or no. But when you open, no doubt. So that's why we are experiencing all these problems everywhere. Is one of the things, that's why the Prophet ﷺ, I want to share this beautiful hadith. Look what he says. There is the end of the time, أُمَرَاءٌ ظَلَمَةٌ يَكُونُ فِي آخِرِ الزَّمَانِ. In the end of the time, there is the leader, they will be oppressor. أُمَرَاءٌ ظَلَمَةٌ. Second, وَوُزَرَاءٌ فَسَقَةٌ. The leader, the ministers in cabinet, those that help the king or president, and the leaders and wazir will be fasiq and criminal. Right away, the leader he mentioned about the cabinet minister, and judiciary system. وَقُضَاةٌ خَوْلَةٌ, dishonest judges. People, they want to go and maybe they will think, okay, if I go to the court, I will get the justice. But the judges will be dishonest. And then وَفُقَهَاءٌ كَذَبَ, even the scholar, they will lie. We have some countries, they are ulama ul-sultan, they know what is the truth, but they are lying. Because they don't work for the truth. The Prophet ﷺ said, فَمَنْ أَدْرَكَ مِنْكُمْ ذَلِكَ الزَّمَانِ, if you get this kind of situation and time in your life, فَلَا يَكُونَنَّ لَهُمْ جَابِيًا, do not offer yourself as a collector of zakat for the government. Like basically he's saying, do not help. Don't be jabiya for the government. Jabiya in the past, the government, they used to appoint some people and they used to go and collect the zakat. They used to go work for the government. So basically the Prophet ﷺ said, do not offer your service as a jabiyan, and do not offer your service as a spokesperson. The second thing the Prophet ﷺ said, فَلَا يَكُونَنَّ لَهُمْ جَابِيًا وَلَا عَرِيفًا. عَرِيفًا from عُرف. عَرِيفًا, government, they appoint some people, they update ministers. Oh, this is happening, like a spokesperson. Yeah. The Prophet ﷺ, don't be arif. And then third, he said, وَلَا شُرْطِيًا, don't work as a policeman. If you see this kind of corruption, stay away from this. That's why the hadith, the Prophet ﷺ says, very scary hadith for two kind of people. One, the one who memorized the Quran, and the second, the one who got elected as a leader. Look at the hadith what the Prophet says. It's a very sahih hadith. Prophet ﷺ said, مَا مِنْ أَمِيرٍ عَشَرَةٍ. He did not mention the large number. Look at the number he mentioned in the hadith. Whoever will be Amir and the leader, even for the 10 people, not entire country. إِلَّا جِئَ بِهِ يَوْمَ الْقِيَامَةِ مَغْلُولَةً يَدُهُ إِلَىٰ عُنُقِهِ. When he will come on the day of judgment, his both hand will be tied with his neck. The man who's leader, he claimed he's leader, doesn't matter large number and small number. And then حَتَّى يُطْلِقَهُ الْحَقُّ أَوْ يُوبِقَهُ. When he was leader, if he established the truth, and if he established the jest among the people, and if he did his job great, then his haqq will protect him. His truth, the truth which he established, will protect and let this man away from the adhab. If he did not, أَوْ يُوبِقَهُ, then otherwise he will be destroyed. This is the one hadith the Prophet said. The second part of the hadith, those memorize the Quran. وَمَنْ تَعَلَّمَ الْقُرْآنَ ثُمَّ نَسِيَهُ. The person who learned Quran, learn is mean there's two ways scholars they give interpretation. One, learn mean memorizing. The one who memorized the Quran. Second, the one who learned and studied the Quran and he know what is the halal and haram, but still he did not act upon it. Both you can take. The one who learned the Quran, ثُمَّ نَسِيَهُ, then he forgot it. Memorized his forgot. ثُمَّ لَقِيَ اللَّهَ وَهُوَ أَجْزًا. He is going to meet with Allah while he will be paralyzed. He will have leprosy. One of the hand, he will not have one of the hand from in his body. The one memorized the Quran and he forgot. And it's very kind of strong warning for the both. Those, their leader and the both and the other one, the one who memorized the Quran. So basically, in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, that's why the Prophet sallallahu alayhi wa sallam said one of the hadiths to Ka'b ibn Ujra radiyallahu anhu, Ya Ka'b, a'adhaka Allahu imarat as-sufahat. O Ka'b, Allah give you his refuge and protection, his refuge and his protection from the leadership of the foolish people. Because if you are in the time when the leader, they are not smart and they are not wise, and you don't know which direction they will take to the country. You know, the Prophet ﷺ, when he sent the letter to the king of the Iran, Kisra, when he received the letter, and when she received the letter, what do you want? When she received, and she read the letter, what the Prophet ﷺ, when he heard, his letter was broke into pieces. The Prophet ﷺ said, مَزَّقَ اللَّهُ مُلْكَهُ. Allah, he break his kingdom. Because he received my letter, and he did not even respect my ambassador, and he broken my letter into pieces. The Prophet ﷺ right away, he said, مَزَّقَ اللَّهُ مُلْكَهُ. And then after he said, if the Kisra destroyed, there is no Kisra after this. إِذَا إِنْهَزَمَ كِسْرَى فَلَا كِسْرَى مَعَهُ. So basically, even the Prophet ﷺ time, he used to be very careful when he used to assign someone as a leader or as a job, because they know one person, if he appointed, the wrong person will be appointed, then entire country will suffer. And that's why Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, also this is the time we have to make dua. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, let this time go easily and smooth. And by this way we can save ourselves from all kind of destruction and halakat. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala guide us. Subhanallah bihamdihi. Subhanakallahumma bihamdik. Wa ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk.